Have you ever asked about the worst prisons in the world? Here's the 8 worst prisons ever.
Folsom Prison, USA. The prison is located 20 miles northeast of California's capital, Sacramento. It is the oldest prison in the state, with the prison St. Quentin, as well as it is one of the prisons that contain maximum custody of the first degree in America and the world, and is the first prison in the history of America that you reach electricity and the high security inside and outside the prison has seduced some prisoners to take the adventure and try to escape, but all attempts were unsuccessful except for 3 efforts. San Pedro Prison, Bolivia. This is not a prison in the established sense. It is a den where criminals carry out their criminal activities and sell drugs and operations other than different law, and due to political and social corruption in Bolivia, things have not changed in this prison for years, and the prisoners there live with their wives and children, but rather they also engage in and rely on criminal activities for their livelihood, especially the highly popular cocaine trade in Bolivia, especially for foreign. Carandiru Prison is located in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and was established in the 2nd decade of the 20th century, and at that time the development of advanced prisons was a stage new to Brazil and an attempt to catch it with the developed world, especially after the crime laws stipulated in the Constitution in 1890, and for decades nothing strange happened in prison. However, in recent decades the number of prisoners has increased to increase the capacity of the prison and to become the largest prison in the entire South American continent. Vladimir Central Prison, Russia. The ancient Vladimir Prison was built in 1783 and gained wide popularity for hosting some prominent political prisoners during the era of the Soviet Union, and a large number of them were killed, as it was considered the place where the political enemies of Lenin and Stalin and their right to rule the Soviet Union were liquidated, and it is far 100 miles from Moscow, and most of it is serving a sentence of life imprisonment. Hoeryong-North Korea Prison. Official name of it is Kwan-Lee-soo No. 22. It is a prison for political detainees located in North Korea, and it is known that North Korea it is one of the most repressive regimes in the world and dictatorship. The prison has a maximum security level and is completely isolated from the outside world, as it is surrounded by mountains more than 500 feet high. It was established in 1965 and has recently become a reputation for making it the world's worst prison facility. La Sabanita Prison, Venezuela. In general, the prisons of Venezuela are the worst in terms of violence and continuing deaths, and there is also some news that gangs armed men inside the prison are the ones who have the absolute ability to control everything that happens in the prison, or who have financial influence, and that the police forces have little power. Stanley Prison, Hong Kong is one of 6 maximum security prisons that was built in Hong Kong in 1937 and was also a place for carrying out a large number of sentences execution before the government abolished the death penalty in 1990, and during the Japanese occupation and government ownership of prisons, the Japanese authorities converted Stanley Prison into a room closed to the torture and execution of rebels, and information indicates that more than 600 prisoners were killed during the occupation. Mendoza Prison, Argentina. The capacity of inmates in the Mendoza prison is 1/3 of the number of inmates, where you can find 5 inmates trapped in a 4 square meter cell. Prisoners are forced to sleep on the floor without any cover, without any toilet inside the cell, and they also do not allow the simplest things available in other prisons, such as not allowing bathing, of course. This may lead to the spread of diseases in light of this accumulation in small areas with complete health negligence and without any effort of doctors. The hospital